One of the biggest theories that rocked the Riverdale fandom during season 1 said Kevin's fling, Joaquin, was Betty's long-lost brother and that he was actually the product of a super secret forbidden high school romance between Alice and FP Jones. Well, Lily Reinhart totally shut down that whole Joaquin being her brother theory.
I feel like I want to shut that theory down. Maybe there was a romance between Alice and FP. Joaquin went on that bus to San Junipero and he's just going.
But did you notice that she didn't squash the Alice FP high school romance theory? And actually, now that we're halfway through season 2 of Riverdale, there are more signs than ever that Alice and FP were totally a thing in high school. I know, you're skeptical because Alice and Hal have been together for so long. But bear with me. By the end of this video, you'll totally see the light. Here are all the signs that Alice Cooper and FP Jones totally had a high school romance. 1. They both grew up on the South Side. Even though Alice seems all prim and proper these days, she grew up as a serpent on the South Side just like FP. Think back to season 1 when Alice and FP had an argument at her pre-homecoming dance dinner. FP threw major shade at Alice, commenting that she could move out of the South Side and change her clothes, but that she'd always be a South Sider. And let's not forget that time FP straight up said Alice was hot. Well, what he actually said was she's still hot. Was he hinting that he thought she was hot back in the day, perhaps when they were secretly dating? If it's possible that Alice Cooper, hater of all things Southside, was once a serpent, anything is possible, including a high school romance with FP. 2. FP was definitely keeping an eye on Alice on homecoming night. Speaking of Alice's pre-homecoming dinner, who could forget that tense moment when FP almost told Jughead and Betty that he heard Alice and Hal arguing about her pregnancy on their homecoming night? Well, FP said he just happened to be backstage unloading his gear with the band when he caught the homecoming queen and king arguing. But why was he the only one who heard the huge fight? Seems like pretty big of a coincidence, no? Did he have a crush on Alice? Was he keeping an eye on her to make sure everything was okay? That's what I choose to believe. 3. Alice and FP flirt all the time. What was up with that weird moment when Alice shamelessly flirted with FP while picking him up from prison? She literally asked him if he was sexually frustrated after spending so much time in prison, right in front of Jughead and Betty. Why is Alice so comfy flirting with FP anyway? And what about later at Pops when FP subtly implied Alice was snooty for sipping her coffee with her pinky out? She picked up on it so quickly, like FP making fun of her was something she was totally used to. 4. FP is totally jealous of Hal. It might sound crazy, but bear with me. Remember when Alice showed up at Pops to warn FP that Betty would be attending his retirement party? She was angry AF, and when FP suggested she should come to chaperone if it would make her feel better, she said Hal would never go. Then FP practically snapped with jealousy and shouted, "Then leave him." Then they stared at each other intensely for like 3 minutes. Okay, it was more like 3 seconds, but they definitely relived their high school romance in their heads. Not to mention, Alice can't stop going on and on about not wanting Betty and Jughead to make the same mistakes she and FP did. What mistakes? 5. The cast totally approves. Mädchen Amick, the brilliant actress who plays Alice, hasn't confirmed that Alice and FP have some romantic history, but in an interview with 2Fav, she made it clear that she's down for some romance in the future. Skeet Ulrich is just a lovely, distinguished, wonderful actor who seems to be getting better looking with age, Mädchen said. I'm really looking forward to a lot of really good stuff between us in the future. Us too, Mädchen. Us too. Are you totally convinced Alice and FP have some romantic history now? Because personally, I'm shipping it like FedEx. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to follow 17 on YouTube to keep up with all our mind-blowing theories and crazy plot holes.